Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, November 30th. Cold morning here in the Mid-Atlantic region. It looks like a soaking rain event is headed our way from tonight through Wednesday. Certainly 1 inch of rain is likely up and down the I-95 corridor, perhaps up to 2 inches of rain by the time Wednesday night, early Thursday rolls around. It certainly will clear later in the week. Looks dry and chilly Thursday and Friday into the weekend as well, but a soaking rain event before we get to that clearing later in the week. Before we focus in on the short-term picture here, let's kind of look ahead. This is the European model forecast for the 500 millibar height anomalies for the 7 to 10 day period. This is running from around December 7th to December 10th or so. We've been basically in a mild pattern, a warmer than normal pattern for much of November, despite some colder weather during the last 10 days of the month. This continues to show warmer than normal weather in the northeastern part of the country, with a strong ridge here depicted by last night's European model, a ridging here across the northern plains into the northeastern U.S. Again, this is in the 7 to 10 day period from about December 7th to December 10th. It's certainly looking like much of the first half of December will be warmer than normal, will continue to be warmer than normal in the northeastern part of the country. There can be 1 or 2 cold shots, but they will be rather brief, and the overall time period for the first half of December looks to be warmer than normal. This is pretty similar to what we expected in terms of the winter outlook that we issued back in mid-October. A warm start to the winter, but it gets progressively colder relative to normal as we move through the winter season. This ridge will eventually start retrograding back to the north and west, and some colder air, some troughiness will develop in the eastern U.S., very likely by the time Christmas rolls around. Well, this is what we're looking at in terms of total rainfall for this upcoming event. This is from NOAA, their weather forecast for the total precipitation amount in this upcoming event. Again, from tonight through Tuesday and through Wednesday, it looks like periods of rain. Some of that could fall heavily at times up and down the I-95 corridor. By the time Thursday morning rolls around, you see some 1.5 inches and even higher amounts across D.C. into southeastern Pennsylvania. So certainly a soaking rain event for D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City from later tonight right through the day on Wednesday. Again, clearing sets in with colder conditions for Thursday and Friday to end the work week. Well, here's the latest surface map. A couple of main players here. First of all, cold high pressure sitting in New England. This is providing a nice overrunning surface for warmer air, and there is indeed warmer air down in the southeastern part of the country. This will advance to the north as a warm front, and that overrunning activity will produce some rainfall again later tonight, perhaps even as early as later this afternoon in the D.C. metro region. We'll look at the radar in a moment, but for the most part, later tonight through Tuesday and through Wednesday. By Wednesday, a cold frontal system will play a role, as that will be advancing towards the east coast from the west to the east. So Tuesday into Wednesday, a warm front will produce some rainfall, and then a cold front produce some rainfall later Wednesday into Wednesday night, and some of that can be heavy at times before clearing sets in on Thursday. Well, here's the latest radar loop. Some sunshine this morning from southeastern Pennsylvania up across New Jersey into New York. That'll fade behind increasing clouds, thickening clouds today in D.C. There certainly can be some shower activity reaching the D.C. metro region later this afternoon, perhaps even into Philadelphia or southeastern Pennsylvania at the end of the day. More than likely it'll hold off till after dark, perhaps even till after midnight in southeastern Pennsylvania and points to the north and east. But from late tonight through tomorrow and then again through Wednesday, it looks like periods of rain. Some of that can be heavy at times, a soaking rain event headed for the I-95 corridor. Well, let's wrap up by looking at some computer forecast maps. This is from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run, which is a model produced right here in the U.S. by NOAA. We'll look at 24-hour increments beginning with this evening, Monday evening, then Tuesday evening, and Wednesday evening. By this evening, high pressure starts to pull off the New England coastline, and that basically opens the door for some warmer air to try to advance along the East Coast. Basically warm frontal type rainfall here, pressing in from the south to the north with the retreating cold air mass in New England. Indeed, there will be some overrunning activity and producing some rainfall up and down the I-95 corridor by late tonight and certainly by early tomorrow. Notice out here in the middle part of the country by this evening, low pressure, and this is pressing to the east and will contribute to our rainfall expected here on Wednesday. Well, here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening. By this time, more of a cold frontal type precipitation pattern setting up in the Ohio Valley, anchored by strong low pressure here in the northern plains. A cold front extends out ahead of that into the Ohio Valley by tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Again, warm frontal rains late tonight and tomorrow, and then we'll have to deal with a cold frontal rains late tomorrow night and on Wednesday. Let's now jump ahead to Wednesday evening. And here we go, the forecast map for Wednesday evening. A little bit of low pressure area depicted by last night's GFS with cold frontal rains, some looking quite heavy late in the day on Wednesday, maybe even a rumble of thunder. This is a strong cold front, and there is indeed a cold shot of air following right on its heels for Thursday and Friday. Temperatures at or slightly below normal despite the clearing skies on Thursday and Friday with some sunshine, but a soaking rain event from later tonight right through the day on Wednesday. First with a warm front and then with a cold front, then clearing and cold for the latter part of the work week. That's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.